Right then, so this afternoon, have a look at this Aqualisa pump shower. It's the Quartz. You can see that's written down there somewhere. Well, it's quite scaly, I must admit. Anyway, so you may have watched some other videos about this. The things we need to do are pull this off. There's a screw on the bottom here. This undone, took this out. Now, there seems to be a couple of issues. Let's just have a look. The only way to slide this off is off the bottom, and this is obviously attached to the bottom. So yeah, that's going to cause some issues. Number one being me moaning about the design. Right, so I'm going to do this in stages. I'm going to clip that clip off first. Now that was a little bit stiff with the scale that's around it. I have to just loosen it off with a tiny screwdriver on that side, but it does just pull out stage 1. Stage 2, this screw goes in at an angle. Stage 3, it just slops up and away. The screw's captured, it's still in the bottom there. Now, oh, there we go. That's that off. Stage 4, we need to unscrew this, and I believe there's a loose bit of plastic down there, so let's do that. Stage 3.5, just going back a bit, I don't know if anyone noticed, but when I went to unplug it, this just fell out, which might explain why the boost button never switches off. I don't know, hopefully we're not going to involve another project there. Right, so I've taken the 4 screws out of there. I'm just going to pull this off here. This is the little temporary piece everyone talks about. It's there. Now I believe the next problem is trying to get this down over this. Now here's another thing I'm going to try and do. My figure end, we're meant to valve off all the water upstairs, but the water and switching all works off of this switch. So if the power to the shower is off, I don't think the water will come down, but we'll find out in a minute. Now, I think I'm right. I've taken the cable, taken the black bit off, taken the cable off. I don't even think, oh, there you go, look, you can see it just falls off. I didn't pre-loosen that, I just want to say. Now, everyone seems to have a problem getting this cable, and they talk about moving this pipe here up, so that you can get it through that square cutout section. But it is long enough. If you can see what the problem is, it doesn't want to go through where the pipe. I can see what's happening. The pipe's only got a cutout section, so this, although this is flat, it doesn't want to. This doesn't want to slide over the top of that, because that chrome pipe is the same diameter as the hole, although there's a couple of mil in it. So I'm going to just have a wiggle about and see if I can do that. The other thing people say is about pushing this pipe up so that gap forms. But I was right with I haven't valved the water off. Now what that means is all the water's falling out of this pipe, and there's going to be a massive airlock in it when I come to put it back on. But I would argue that it was going to do that anyway. Let me just see if I can wiggle this about and get this cable out. I've not been successful so far, but I'm tempted to make a small hole with a screwdriver just to get that cable up through there. But I'm going to take this off and take the other one off as well. This one's got to come off anyway so that the slide rail can come down. But what's in my mind is if the chrome will drop rather than the copper being pushed up. Right, whilst we're on this, there's a little tab in the back of this which hooks in to keep this straight, etc. So you can't just swivel it round as you might want to. You've got to hook this out so that it will come loose, which is obviously quite difficult for me to do with one hand, but I will do. That's what I mean. That fits in the back of there. But once you get this loose, we're good to go. Now, I'm not sure if you can see, but this little bit here has got two straight bits and a curved bit there. So when it slides back into the chrome here, there's only a gap down one side. There isn't a gap here. So if this cable is here, it won't fit back up. The cable's got to be on that side, and I'm going to try and slide that copper back up. Right, I've done that by getting that black cable on the side of that pipe, and then the pipe's able to push back up. That's my thumb wedged in there. Now I'm going to push this through that hole and let the pipe come back down. Right, now I don't know if you can see, there's the copper. That bit is normally down there and is looking to drop as soon as it can. The only thing that's holding it is that pipe, that cable is wedged in there. As I say, there's a gap either side of this screw joint. So now that's off, the cable's down, we can pull this down, take it off, and then we're nearly there. You just got to take that screw out, drop this down, go and find the new one. I just wanted to show you that. It's dropped back down, like that copper pipe wants to drop, and it's just that cable that's pinching it, and now this little lip is caught. But if you were to knock that, there's a good strong chance that pipe's going to try and drop, although it should be held up by a connector at the top, so it shouldn't drop too far. But a couple of videos I've seen, and I want to say thanks to everyone else that's done a video, because I wouldn't have attempted this if I hadn't seen what it looked like. Took the pipe out from upstairs with the push connectors. So I've just got that a bit precarious there, but one thing I wanted to mention is super important. This has got a directional thing. If you think about it, if you go and fit the shower head in it, this bit here is bigger than that bit, so the shower head locks in. If you put it around that way, it will never lock in. So worth just checking that, and I'll say measure twice, cut once. I'm just going to check that again. I'm going to slide that up, put that bracket back on, and I want to get this grey piece back in before that pipe falls out. Just putting this back in reverse order, so I'm putting that back on. I'm going to put this behind and then screw that. Right, she's back on tight, that's good. There's the clip. That's fairly straightforward. The pipe actually dropped all the way down. I pushed it back up again. So I'm ready just to put the grey bit back on and put that right. Well, I can't get that round the wrong way, I don't think. So that went back really easily. I've pulled the pipe down. There we go. So that pipe with the connection ready to screw back on there. This is popped back out of the little hole. Yeah, you've got to do that, otherwise it won't line up. Now this is where to remember this little black thing here, which goes on there, and then the back plate goes on. I was just going to show you that in place, only because there's four ways you can go: upside down, one way up. But basically there's a little, it clamps into the pipe like that, and then there's the little grooves that slides on. You'll figure it out if you've seen that. Two things I wanted to mention. I've taken the opportunity to pull a bit more cable out. I'm not sure if it's a good idea at the moment. And also, if this doesn't slide back in smoothly and clip onto the pipe, and this bit be flush, it's because you've got it on the wrong, there's like two, you can wedge it in the wrong way. So the little fins go to the bottom, to the side, and there's little legs that it sits on. But once that's in, it's clamped around the pipe, it's got quite tight. I think I've got too much cable now, let's have a look. I just put two screws in just to tighten it up. The other thing, it does say up on there, and the smooth side's on the face out, and it fits flush against this to make it all nice and smooth. I did try and put it in the other way round. I was panicking I had too much cable, but you've got a bit of play here. You can push it, you push it in that little round bit there, and then it uses up that space there, and then you can sort of pull it through to this flat bit if you want to, and that sort of locks it in place, although I don't think it matters. but I'm glad I've got the extra cable, so I'm going to put the other 2 screws in now, put the cover plate back on. Cover plate back on. Just need to put this, oh look, it's on the floor there. Slide that back on. This is all nice and firm, that's all nice and firm. That's all not, that goes up and down like it should do. We use this quite a lot, I must admit. Anyway. Now, that was a weeny bit fiddly getting back on because the plug on the back, I think you had to slide into the hole that was there and then you just hook it back down, and then it's the captive screw is still in there, so that was that's screwed straight back on. So obviously I've got to connect the shower, turn it back on for the moment of truth, which could mean that while I've been playing about air, the pipe's come disconnected up there and all the water's going to come through the ceiling. Let's have a look. Now I just want to show you the tools I used. Phillips on the right was for the little screw to take the case off. The big Phillips is way over the job that this one used to take the other ones out. That little hooky thing I just brought along to hook things out if I needed to. I just ended up scratching some scale off. And the 2 flatheads, tiny flatheads, again they were used for just helping to prise stuff off while it's a bit scaled. Now, power's back on, water's back on, there will be a massive airlock. We are! Tools I didn't need. Toothpick in one of them. There'll be a massive airlock. Let's have a look, see if it all goes bang. We are! Right, first thing to notice is the boost light hasn't come on, and that's been stuck on since we moved in. So whoa! Right, well that's a good sign. Oh, that's the temperature. Oh, there's the airlock coming out. Right. They're good, aren't they? Oh yeah, the boost button works now. Oh, yeah, it's that loose cable in the back, so it's sort of two things out. There you go. Again, I would put this down as a level 4 DIY project, as in, really you should get someone in, but it's worth doing if you can do it yourself, because, yeah, if I'd have valved everything off in the roof and done all that, I've been here another half hour. I mean, yeah, if I was a plumber in the southeast of England at the moment, 2026, I'll probably be wanting 300 quid for this, which is basically just to replace the shower handle. So, but level 4, because we are dealing with electric, so you could kill yourself, could pull a pipe out and flood the house, and various other things that could go wrong. And frustration value is, yeah, like a 9. But hopefully this will, if nothing else, these videos are just to help give you a little bit of confidence, as I've been given confidence by watching other people's videos. So thanks to them. Hopefully it'll help you, and goodbye. Yay!